so often, the sports hangover touches on mature topics. Discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Sports Hangover. We are coming at you. Me and Michael are both about to go on vacation trips.
Yes.
One of us is going to the Heartland. One of us is going overseas.
What the Heartland? It sounds like you're going back to the homeland, Jeremy. You're just going to Texas.
That's the Heartland. That's like the Bible Belt. That's
Okay.
where I'm going.
You could have said Austin, like the weird city or something like that.
Yeah, a bunch of quirky weirdos there, so I'll be blending in just fine. Where are you going?
I'm going to Europe. Gonna go hang out in Barcelona a little bit, or Barcelona. They say it weird, Barcelona, and then to Paris.
The
So
rich,
there will
famous.
be no show next week, guys. I know, big news.
The tweets are coming in. People are upset, but we are going places. We got a few quick stories. We're going to make this quick for you. The first one, the draft lottery, right? The Cleveland Cavaliers won the lottery. They had a 1.9% chance of getting the first pick. They got it.
Yep.
You know where I'm going with this.
Where are you going with it?
Tampering. The NBA made this happen. This did not happen just from the ping pong
All right,
balls.
but there is a new commissioner, so I feel like he's not with all this tampering.
Are you kidding me? He's been David Stern's protege for 20, 30 years.
So you think he's been like, let's get the bad. But I feel like they've had a chance to rebuild. They've got the first round pick. What? They said like the 2 out of the last 4 years or something like
Three
that?
out of the last 4. They've had the number 1
Three.
pick. They screwed up last year. They took this guy no one thought would be any good, and guess what?
He's
not any good. So they're starting back at 1. But they had a 1.9% chance. That's bullshit. That
So Jeremy,
literally can't happen.
Give me your story. I want to hear what do you think happened? How do you think? Don't they
What's
just?
the problem?
Isn't it like the lottery when they draw balls out of the thing?
Yeah, but guess what? They
Tell
don't
me.
show that part of it. It's private. The drawing is private. They come out with the cards. No one knows what's going on. It's been like vetted by some investment company, whatever. Bullshit. They're in on it too.
Wow.
I want to see them pull the ping pong balls on live television.
So do I.
That is the only way I'll believe that it's real. Why are we awarding the Cavaliers? They lost LeBron. Is it our fault that they haven't been able to rebuild in the 5 years since?
Don't they want? Isn't like I feel like I keep hearing people talk about LeBron's going to go back. He's going to go back to the Cleveland Cavaliers and start it all again. I don't know, but what is this? I mean, does this even matter for us? Are they going to pick another bad pick? Are they going to trade it away?
I mean, I'm a Magic fan. The Magic got screwed. They were supposed to get the 3rd pick. They got the 4th pick because the Cavaliers jumped over everybody.
Don't they have like the first like a top 10 and a top 20 pick or like
The Magic.
Yes, the Magic.
Yeah, they have 4 and 12.
Yeah,
From the Dwight Howard trade.
pretty good.
But there's 3 great players in the draft, so 4 doesn't work out so well. But the Cavaliers will probably screw up that first pick again.
All right.
It's just LeBron's not going back there. This narrative that he's going to go back and everyone's going to rejoice. Will you have any more love for LeBron if he goes back to Cleveland?
I don't really care where LeBron goes. I mean, he's good where he is right now. I don't know why you'd want to leave a good thing unless those good things are disappearing, like the pieces on that team.
Well, Dwayne Wade's going to disappear right off to the retirement home.
So if Wade disappears, then maybe I reconsider. Like maybe next year I decide, hey, let's go to New York or let's go. Obviously, he wants to be in a big market, so go to L.A., be on the Clippers, be on the Lakers, whatever. I don't know. LeBron can go wherever he wants and still be famous. Obviously, he was famous in Cleveland, and he can do it anywhere.
Is that why the NBA is rigging the lottery to get LeBron to go back? They'll just give him number 1 every year until he decides to go back?
I think they're probably trying to rig it so little teams like that can build up. Or maybe that's what they want to do. Maybe their whole scheme is let's get LeBron out of Miami. But I don't know why they want to do that. I think it's probably a bigger
good thing
market
for business.
Yeah.
But Miami's going to fold up soon enough. Bosh is not going to survive longer, and Dwayne Wade is old.
Okay.
That team's going to melt down.
So, I mean,
at this point.
the NBA playoffs are going on right now. Do you think they're going to win a championship this year?
Probably will.
Okay.
I don't want them to. I'm not rooting for it, but look around. The Pacers are not very good.
Nope.
The Thunder are inconsistent. The Spurs are. I mean, the Spurs have a chance, but they're so old.
They are old.
Right?
But I feel like
It's like-
LeBron's getting pretty old. Wade's getting pretty old. I mean, they've done this for years.
I mean,
they're-
LeBron is your age, Mike.
I feel pretty old when I woke up this morning.
Just saying.
I mean, Jeremy,
Not that old.
you've been pretty old too. You've been in the hospital more than most people are.
Why do you bring that up every show? I don't know why that's relevant to our conversation.
We're talking about age of people, and look, we're both
Oh
old.
my
Both had
God.
issues, Jeremy.
That's why we're having fun vacations this weekend.
Yes.
Okay, moving on
Give
to
it to
a
me.
sad story.
Uh-oh.
Aaron Hernandez murdered 2 people in 2012. and we're just finding out about this. It was some accusations early on. Now he's been officially charged with this, which is crazy because he murdered 2 people in the summer of 2012.
Yep.
He signed a $40 million contract following that murder and then played an entire season. That was the season that 2 tight end system blew up, right, with Gronk and Hernandez. He was in the public eye that entire time.
As a murderer.
I don't get it. As a murderer, how can he walk around so confidently, acting like no one would ever find out it's murder?
Because all the people in his little clique or gang weren't going to say anything. But I imagine that guy he killed recently that I got caught for probably was going to try to say something about it.
I think he was. I think he definitely was, and that's why he murdered again.
Yeah. I don't know. Some people got a little, I mean, he probably grew up that way. Like, this is the way to do it. You get, you got a problem, take him out.
Yeah.
Bang, bang.
Is that how you were brought up?
Yeah. That's what you
Bang,
don't.
bang. With water guns.
Bang,
It's just
bang.
ridiculous. It's just weird to me that he was in this public eye a year after. It's one thing to murder and then go to jail and like be in jail since, but he played a full season. He was in meetings with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. They had a murderer in their meetings with them on their buses with them. That's crazy, right? Like that's unprecedented.
I mean, I'm sure there's 1 or 2 other NFL players that have the same issue.
Right.
I mean, current NFL players.
You think they just get away with it? Like
I mean,
you think
maybe.
Peyton Manning shot up some place?
But they have so much money that it might not even be linked back. Maybe they. All right, so maybe it's different. Maybe it's like they put out the hit, but this is more of he did this personally. Like this was him.
What's the worst thing Aaron Hernandez did? Was it kill these people or not cover his tracks?
Not cover his tracks, obviously.
It's pretty bad that he killed these people. He had the money to cover it up. I mean, most people don't have the money when they make a murder.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, I don't get it. He had so much money. Why are you killing people? Like it doesn't. Like just hang out in your house, go on cruises, go hang out on the beach, like Tom Brady.
It's crazy. He's gonna spend the rest of his life in jail. There's no death penalty in Massachusetts. If it was a death penalty state, he could be killed, which would be crazy in itself.
That would be crazy.
Maybe he'll get shanked in the yard. Is that what happens?
I mean, I don't think they kill murderers in there. I think they kill like child molesters and stuff and rapists.
Oh, so he's okay.
I think he'll be okay. He's got like street cred. Like the rapists that come in don't have street cred.
But if there's like a Jets fan in there with them, maybe he'll get a little knife to the abdomen.
That's true.
Knife to the abdomen. That's what I would do. All right, final story. You came across this one.
I did.
A love story gone awry.
I thought you would like this, Jeremy. Rory McIlroy. He called off his wedding. He sent out invitations and then said, "That's it. We're done."
They sent the invitations out?
Sent the invitations and then just canceled it after that.
I've never been invited to a wedding and then not invited like that.
I don't think it happens often. I feel like once you invest that money and time into it, it's like you go through with it, and then like 6 months down the road, you get a divorce.
Now, this is interesting. That doesn't sound good either. I feel vindicated because I tweeted like a year ago at TSH Podcast that they were breaking up and they were not going to be together anymore. And they came out and refuted it. And I feel like they refuted it just to be like, I don't want the media breaking this story. Let's just stay together for a while.
No, but they got engaged and then were going to get married. So obviously they fixed that little patch and then decided, well, maybe this won't work out.
It's not gonna work. Now, do we know that he ended it with her or she ended it?
I think he ended it. He said it was his own issue, his problem. It wasn't her. Blah blah blah. He ended the, and to me, it's like, well, so do they go back dating each other or do they go get married?
No.
Like, so this is like this is the biggest way of breaking up. Like, hey, we got engaged. Now we're done.
I mean, you don't call off an engagement and keep dating. I mean, you could be engaged for a long time. You can postpone the wedding and continue in your state. If you're going to date her, you don't call off a wedding.
But see, for me, I feel like they're trying to change. Like, it almost, they were dating for a while, and then suddenly this marriage was coming up. Maybe he got so scared that he just didn't want to, like, it's a weird change, but you're still basically dating her. It's just now you got.
I mean, he's got nerves of steel. He's one of the best golfers in the world. I don't think he got nervous.
Obviously he did because he can't called it off.
It is interesting. At one time, not long ago, like last year, when they were happily together, he was number 1 in the world. He's now number 10 in the world. His stock is falling.
So
He's not winning. He's not performing well, and I think it goes along with his personal trouble. Perhaps he plays better without her, or maybe he slides even worse.
Yeah, this is kind of like Tiger and the no sex thing. Like, he needs a stable sex relationship. Now that he's got it again, maybe he can come back.
Sex
Jeremy
linked.
froze.
You know, when I have sex, I
What?
play better golf. I'm back, right? I'm
Yeah,
back.
you're back. All I heard was when you have sex, you play better golf.
That's all you needed to hear. I'm saying sex and golf are related like that. When
Okay.
you're not getting it done, Tiger style, Rory style, you're not getting laid.
Rory
either.
style. Jeremy,
That's what's happening.
before we go, I have to ask you, we got the NHL playoffs going on, Western Eastern Conference Finals. Who is going to the Stanley Cup?
Can I freeze again?
I'll give you the teams. Western teams, we got the Kings and the Blackhawks. The Blackhawks are up 1 game right now. Might be 2. The game's on at 5 o'clock today, West Coast time. And then so who out of them do you like going?
The Kings will advance there.
Okay, and then we have the Rangers and the Canadiens.
Now, the Rangers came back big time against the Penguins. And I know a lot of angry Pittsburghers about that, yet I was pretty happy about it. I'm going to go with the Canadiens because the Rangers, they're going to fall off a little bit here. So, Canadiens,
Now,
Kings.
did you see the first 2 games with the Rangers and Canadiens?
Are you telling me the Rangers are up 2-0?
That is what I'm telling you.
Okay, we'll reverse that and go with the Rangers.
The Rangers came out in the first
Why
game.
are you asking me these questions?
I'm just
You should
saying.
ask yourself.
The Rangers came out and scored 8 goals in that first game, or 7 goals,
Oh
or
my
something like
God.
that. Yeah, it's a lot.
Well, the
of
St.
goals.
Louis Magic's going to run out at some point. I'm sticking with the Canadiens. Montreal, LA. I know you want LA to advance. Are you going to splurge for a ticket in LA?
Jeremy,
Stanley Cup Finals.
that's a lot of money. It's a
Well,
lot.
you can
of
afford Barcelona and Paris. I'm sure you can afford the Staples.
money. Not after Barcelona and Paris.
know.
It's expensive out there. All right, well,
All right, so we're going to have a good time on
Yeah,
our trips.
that's it.
You can follow us for pictures. Will we tweet pictures from TSH?
I'll throw some pictures up there. I
Will
might
you,
even.
though? Will you?
I'll put my TSH shirt on and wear it out in Barcelona. Take it on
Like
top of the Eiffel Tower, maybe like a little selfie.
Nice. Eiffel Tower, the Eiffel Tower.
Yep.
All right.
All
We
right.
are off next week. Still
Yes.
check us out. Still download us. Still tweet
Well,
with
still
us.
tweeting. Where are you going, Jared? Oh, you're going to Texas this weekend.
Yeah, I'll be here next week, but I don't have technology for sure.
You don't know. Yeah.
The infrastructure is just not in
Yeah,
place.
it's all here in LA. That's why we need the movie out here at some point. That reminds me, check out patreon.com/The Sports Hangover. Help support the show. Help us grow. Help us go on some more trips maybe and do video from those trips with the right equipment. Check us out at, what else? YouTube.com/Sports Hangover, at TSH Podcast on Twitter. And we'll be
Okay.
back in 2 weeks.
What's up?
See you.